It's hard to believe Logos 10 has been out for 1 year. So in this video, I want to give my review of Logos 10 1 year after it. And Logos has not asked me to do this. They're not paying me to do this. I just thought it'd been a year. I want to talk about it, and I want to find out too in the comments and things. You can send me messages at preacherpreparation@gmail.com how you're using it, if you've been happy with it. I think Logos 10 is I've been with the software now for several iterations. Not and if just a heavy user, I use it almost every day, and I think it's easier to use than it's ever been before. So I want to tell you about my 4 favorite things that I love about it, and then I want to tell you 2 things that have surprised me in that I thought I would use these features a lot more and just haven't. Doesn't mean they're not good. It just means I've been surprised. I thought I would use those more than I have. So, but 4 things that I love, and I want to do it in 10 minutes, which means I have 9 minutes left. So let's do this. All right. So the first thing I use this every day. This may be my favorite. Number 1 is Simplified Search. I've got a search panel here on the Bible, and I never memorized like the curly brackets, angle brackets, all those things to do a search. I felt like I had to be some sort of computer hacker to find search information. They got rid of all that. It's just the thing, colon, and whatever it is. And so we could say person, colon, Jesus, and thing, water. I'm going to need to capitalize that. And now anywhere that Jesus and water are in a passage together, it's right there. Or we could say, we could do that within a book search, and I could do something like Jesus within 40 words cite. And now, I mean, that to me is incredible, but Logos is giving me every time that Jesus and cite are within 40 words of each other. That's a crazy search that I don't think anybody would ever do, but it's the first thing that came to my mind. But just that simplified search. And so there are videos, I might have one on the channel, but you can also just do a search on Simplified Search. So to me, so much easier. You're able to access a lot of your, not all of them, but most of your data sets this way, like the biblical reference one where you have person, colon, and then the person, and it brings all the people up. So Simplified Search, absolutely fantastic. Probably my favorite feature within Logos 10. It's made it much more functional for me to use. All right, the second thing that I absolutely love about Logos 10 is the enhanced favorites. So I'm going to pull up my favorites menu, and I love the enhanced favorites because you're able to have nested favorites, so you can have nested folders, which just makes it, to me, for organization, so helpful. But within your Bible or any resource, when you come to this menu here, you can come, that little star is your favorites. You can see, like here, I've got my mobile favorites, which are up here. But those are favorites I've made on the mobile, either the iPad or iPhone, my smartphone. They're there. They're over here. I've got, let's see, I can add, I'm going to we'll take this one, Acts 2:43, and then I want to add this, and I can either add the panel, which is what I'm going to do, or you can add the reference. So they're right there, and then look, they automatically show up in the favorites panel. So my goal with this, and really one of my long-term goals with Logos that I've been doing for years, is to create my own custom study Bible with my own notes, my own highlighting, but just really have my version of my study Bible with my comments, commentators, all the it'll never be done. It's always a work in progress, but that's my goal, is really to have the whole Bible commented on from my perspective, just for me, not for anybody else. And what I want to do in the favorites menu is I want to create a topical index right there within the favorites menu, and so that'll be my project probably next year. I've got a lot of things going on, but that to me is going to make my personal study Bible with using all the tools in Logos that much better. So enhanced favorites, very cool. If you're not using it, it is well worth your time. The third thing that I absolutely love is the quotes option in the Sermon Builder. And I've used this option for more than just sermons. So I had someone call me the other day saying, hey, do you have any passages on family? And so, or not passages, but do you have any quotes on family? Went right here, and wasn't working on a sermon, but right here in popular quotes. So I could just type in family, and then I'm going to get a long list. I do use this for preaching and teaching, though. I think it's fantastic, and I love that Logos put it in the sermon builder instead of having to pull up a tool. But I would love if they would add it to like as a separate tool within the passage guide or just within the tool menu. That way, I can have it within my passage guide because I use it for more ways than just preparing a sermon. But that is the third thing that I love. The fourth and final thing that I think just knocked out of the park with Logos 10 is the church history themes. And you can come right here and click on any of these. But under the church history themes, you're going to find all these different church history themes. I was recently ordained into the Anglican Communion, Anglican clergy. And as I was studying for my ordination exams, this became so helpful because when you look at this, you think, well, there is so much more going on in church history. What they've done is they've done a great job of like this church history entry, the Church of England breaks with Rome, Reformation era, 1517 to 1699. They're taking all the things from that era and putting it in one entry. So the information in this resource where everything is hyperlinked and you can open it up is absolutely fantastic. So you have up here an article, you get key definitions, developments, you get key people. So when I was studying about Henry VIII and kind of the English Reformation versus like the continental Reformations, it's in here. You get officials and popes, reformers. So I had to become familiar with all these people. You look at all these key events just within this one fact book entry for church history themes. Absolutely incredible. And then you get key concepts, documents, and what's cool is you can actually add these to your you can add information to the fact book tag so that it will show up when you do a fact book tag search. And I can make a video about how to do that later. But this is just absolutely fantastic for those of us who may not be historians, but this kind of resource where everything is linkable and it's clickable and you're able to quickly go to different places, people, themes, documents. It's just fantastic. So thank you, Logos 10. So those are the four things that I love about Logos. Now let's talk about two that I've been surprised with. I don't think they're bad features. I've just not used them much. The first is adding books to your print library. Now, I was probably not the person in mind when they came up with this feature, even though I thought, hey, I'll be able to buy like paperback books real cheap and add them in. Well, I've not done that. I've almost always bought my books in Logos I've just gotten used to digital. I love print books. I primarily use a paper Bible for like when I'm at church or doing like I love the bound Bible. I love all those things. I think there's a beautiful place for both. I've just not used that feature. I think this feature is perfect for a pastor or someone who had a large library. They might be on the fence about buying Logos, and Logos said, "Hey, you don't have to choose between either or, and you can actually put what you already bought into practice by using Logos Bible software in the Add Print to Library, and you're able to search through your print library." Very, very cool. I think it's a generous thing for to recognize that people may like to get rid of that reason of why you may not want to use Logos. I think books are better in Logos, but you don't have to buy them there, and you're still going to get your information and use your library. So, but I've not really used that. I've not bought books, and I thought I would, and I just haven't. The second thing that I've not used a whole lot that I thought I was going to is the translation tool. So let me open up in the library. I'm going to come down here. So I've got all these books in Latin. I'm just going to open one up in Latin. And over here on the right-hand side, we have the translation button. And let's say I highlight this. I don't read Latin, but let's say I want to find out this information. I'm going to open up the translation panel. And sure enough, I don't know how good this is for like academics or people who need to be specific. I don't know. I have a feeling for the average person just wanting to translate stuff, it's outstanding. I've not used this feature much. There's not been many times where I've needed to translate Latin. I've not needed to go that far in my study. So I think it's a good tool. It's just not one that I've used. So those are the two things. But overall, 1 year later, I think Logos 10 is outstanding. Those are my 4 features: church history theme, simplified search, popular quotes, and the enhanced favorites. And we've come to 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. I do want to say this: if you would like to upgrade or purchase Logos, maybe you're watching this for the first time, and you're like, oh, these are pretty cool, I'd like to buy it, send me an email at preacherpreparation.com. I'll be able to talk to you about your, give you suggestions about where you might want to buy or upgrade. And then if you're ready, I'm going to put an affiliate link within the description of this video, and you can go to it and you'll get a discount for purchasing Logos or upgrading. And because I'm going to keep my link the same, that information may change over time. I don't know what the sale is going to be, so I'm not going to say a number. But use that affiliate link. It helps to support this channel. Proceeds always go to help hungry kids, 3 of whom live at my house. So if you're interested in supporting the channel that way, please use that affiliate link. If you want to talk about Logos, don't hesitate to email me at preacherpreparation.com. Hope this review is helpful, and until next time.